Hey everyone, Drew here, and today we are gonna check out the new upcoming Storm character, Himiko. She has pretty low HP and high attack and an above average speed of 466. But where it gets really interesting, as per usual, is the skill set. First up, we have the Thunder Blast, and it is very similar to the Hypno Blast or the Spark Blast from Cinderella and Nobunaga, but this time it has a 25% chance of stunning a random enemy for 100 time units if the target is not defeated by this attack. As a standard with the blasts, this attack ignores counter stance and skin passive skills, and it deals 300% damage every second time, but the first time always 50%. Additionally, with this unit, every second time she uses this skill, she also gains a power charge, which cannot stack, but can be used in her next skill. And that next skill is the Time Dominator. While the previous skill gains 1 spirit, this skill uses 1 spirit and costs 100 time units. It targets one enemy and deals 500% damage. If the target has 100 or more time units, then she actually gains a power charge. If the target does not have that, but she has a power charge, then this power charge is used so she can still deal the 500% damage. This attack also ignores enemy damage reduction effects. As a third skill, we have the Thunder Breaker, which is the first time we have a kind of guard breaker skill in quite a while. It costs 2 spirit and 100 time units and deals 500% damage to 1 enemy guardian. Again, this ignores damage reduction effects, and if the guardian survives this attack with 35% or less of max HP, then a random enemy will be stunned for 200 time units. This skill becomes locked after use until the end of the user's next turn, which might be very soon, as you will see. And then we get to her fourth skill, which does a lot of stuff and is her instant skill, actually producing 3 spirit and affecting all her allies. In what way? She heals everybody for 800% of her attack, given that her attack stat is so high. At full awakening, this might even be a full heal for guards at 1 HP. Also, everybody is purified, and her allies, but not herself, get enraged. Additionally, they also get their current TU reduced if it is 50 or more by 50 time units. So that means if the allies are below 50 time units, there is no time unit effect, but every unit that is above 50 time units will get a reduction. But what this basically also means is that usually she will also get the next turn and not somebody on her team. So given that this skill is so strong, it does become locked for 200 time units after use, but that's not even all of it yet, and 200 time units isn't a huge amount of time. When any unit gets the turn after this lock expires, the lowest time unit enemy will be stunned for 50 time units, and then Himiko will be purified even if she's sleeping, and she gets the next turn immediately, and her time units are reduced to 0, so she does get that turn. However, of course, as usual, this can be interrupted by some stuns or other stuff. Yeah, relatively complex, but that skill is absolutely huge, and I think the time log of 200 time units isn't all that much considering all the stuff that it does. The only question is if she stays alive for long enough to repeatedly use that divine reflection. But if that's the case, then this can be extremely powerful, and there are some things in place to possibly keep her alive for longer. Let's look at her passives next. The first one is Wall Breaker, and similar to the passive of Cinderella, which is a Wall Breaker, this time, every time she attacks a unit that has 100% HP, she will immediately get another turn. However, the extra turn cannot trigger again against the same target until the EU advances, as is usually the case. However, this is superior to potential counter skin effects, but again, it could be interrupted by a stun. Additionally to this, whenever she actually defeats a unit, everyone on her team will be purified. What this means is that despite her looks leading some to believe that she would actually be a burn unit, this is actually the opposite kind of, because she is not really recommended to be used on a burn team, because she will purify indiscriminately. However, of course, strong counter against sleep. Possibly. So the Wall Breaker is more about turns and support, but her second passive also has quite a lot of power, and that one is more about her survivability. And the passive is called the Power of Rise. And it actually has 3 parts. She has Hold Ground. She has 100% lifesteal with all of her attacks, meaning that all the damage that she is dealing, she heals back for herself, for her HP. And she has some RNG Divine Healing, meaning she has a 60% chance to heal for 30% of max HP whenever she gets or takes damage from an attack and survives. Given that the first part of this passive reads like a definite hold ground, in combination with that kind of divine healing, this means that if you are not having her poisoned or burning, you might actually need some RNG luck to kill her. Otherwise, she heals back and immediately unlocks the hold ground again. Of course, the ignore survival passive skill like Storm Clarice's or King Arthur's are not affected by this. So all in all, she looks like a very strong Storm unit. The question is, how strong will she really be? I am a bit concerned about her survivability compared to some of the other recent chars where we saw rescue mechanics and, charged hold ground and hold ground plus, of course. This one might not be as strong, though in some cases it is something that might keep her alive quite a bit, especially the combination with Divine Healing and Hold Ground is good. However, of course, Poison is a big weakness of her. Her attack percentage is relatively low, given that she really doesn't have any Enrage built into her skill set, at least not for herself. Still, the kind of Stun Blast and the Wall Breaker in combination with her support passive, where she can purify everybody if she gets a kill, it's just really nice. And you definitely have to keep in mind her fourth skill, that kind of Divine Reflection, which is, or rather can be, absolutely huge. And so there's a lot of things to consider. I mean, the third skill, Thunderbreaker, not a huge fan because it's so guard specific. And we see a lot of damage output in general now. Of course, it's nice if that guard goes below 35% HP and then she stuns an enemy for 200 time units. That is quite a lot. However, it is a random enemy, so, stun immunities could potentially harm her there. I do like the power charge mechanic, where she really has a lot of potential to deal heavy damage even if there is no stunned unit on the field. But yeah, let's see how it goes. As per usual, I will upload top level arena footage of her as soon as possible, and of course my in-depth review with AI analysis and which tier I think she will go to. Thanks to Saturn and LanceGS for the visuals used in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to become a true carrot, and as always, thanks for watching.